Aloha everybody and welcome back to Kyle Astrology. I'm going to be doing the next video in my series for the different sun signs for Scorpio Rising. What it's like to have different sun signs mixed with your Scorpio Ascendant or someone you know who has Scorpio Ascendant with the different suns. So this next one is going to be double Scorpio. What it's like to have your sun sign in Scorpio along with your Scorpio Rising. So it is a very dynamic placement because this is someone who, you know, their personality and their soul and their life path, as well as their ego and their drive and their where the light's being shown are both in Scorpio. So this is someone, seeing as the sun and rising both represent a very outer self, as opposed to our moon, which is very internal in our emotions and inside and whatnot. Both of your spotlight placements are in Scorpio, which means double the edge, double-edged sword, whatever you want to call it. This is someone, what I really like about this placement is that it's someone, you know, with Scorpio rising, once we kind of level off with people, get to know people more, then our sun sign typically gets more exposed. And you could say that with all of the rising signs, sun sign combinations, but Scorpio rising more than any of them, we keep our barriers up a lot longer. This, however, is a person that even when they've gotten to know someone, or there's family, friends, all the people in their life, they're always going to have that Scorpio side that's prevalent because their sun is there too. That's where their ego is at. So this is someone who is going to have to be, again, that double-edged sword, because all the good things about Scorpio, like the transformation and being able to see through bullshit and being very business savvy and very intuitive, highly emotional, their emotional awareness is so keen, and just being a good judge of character, hard worker, dealings with other people's money, all the different Scorpio stuff that we could talk about, long list, you're getting double of with this one. But on the same token, the other side of that coin, the more negative aspects of Scorpio are going to be further emphasized here, because the thing is, Scorpio risings, you know, yes, can be like a Scorpio sun, could be devious or very because part of what comes along with the intrigue and mysteriousness about Scorpio is that you kind of never really know what angle they're coming from, you know. They can easily go under the radar, but everyone wants to know more. This Scorpio person, since it's the sun and rising, is going to have to be very careful about lying, about being sneaky, being manipulative, kind of painting a false picture a lot of the time. And it's something that typically the Scorpio sun gets in a little bit more trouble with, because the sun represents our ego, and it's our drive, it's our willpower, and the ego is all about, you know, me, and pleasing ourselves. So wherever our sun sign falls, that's where our ego is invested in. So Scorpio rising doesn't always deal with the lower octave stuff as much as the sun sign Scorpios do. No offense, sun sign Scorpios, just saying. I've known quite a few of them. Not that all of them are like that, by all means. You know, a lot of them really operate at a really totally different level, but the potential is there. Just like there's potential for any sun sign, and whatever sign has their negative qualities, they all got them. But so this person being double Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about extremes, right? You know, really good, really bad, you know, no in between. They are going to have to be very careful about, you know, diving into things like addiction, manipulation, sexual issues that could end up being problematic. Lying could really be a big thing here, and plotting and scheming, and if they've been done wrong, like really having to get their revenge and have that last, you know, really get that final punch back in there. So these are things that this combination is going to have to be very wary of. But however, for one that's really doing their shadow work and going into their stuff, and they're very self-aware, and you know, they don't want to operate from that level of being, this can also be an extremely influential person who just has their shit together. They know who they are. Very strong sense of self really comes to mind for a double Scorpio person. Someone who's really in tune with who they are, what they want, and not dealing with any of the bullshit and being super indecisive and, you know, being back and forth with people. This is someone that's going to be a lot more firm, not necessarily rigid per se, but firm in their beliefs and their willpower and their ability to get things done and just how they really present themselves to the world. This is probably going to be a highly respectable person, or at least have the potential to be a highly respectable person, again, depending on where you're operating out of. And I speak in such extremes where Scorpio is concerned, especially this placement of the Sun and Rising both being there, because it is so polarizing. You know, with this energy, it's not a little bit of this and a little bit of that, it's this or that, especially with this one. So it's extremely, extremely prevalent. So that's really the main thing with this placement. It, again, I really think can be super, super awesome depending on how it's being utilized, but it could also be really, really bad. So again, Scorpio people, no matter where you find it, are going to deal with these extremities, but especially the double Scorpio here. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that this video was helpful. I will be continuing to do this series, and I think I got like 2 or 3 more, so check back for those. And please check out my website linked down below if you would like to book any kind of chart reading with me at a discounted rate. And again, thank you for watching, everybody. So much aloha and happy transiting.